Uh, okay. What? Oh, Duba. Duba has been busy. Very busy. Very, very busy. It's been probably a few days since I've been on the realm, and jeez, has it shown. Like, this place feels like a place now, with actual things to look at. With whatever this thing is, this half-hot air balloon. And yo, look at this thing. Look, how do you even describe what you're looking at? Other than, this thing is gorgeous. Like, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and he even has a village trading system. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Duba, am I allowed to use this? I assume I am, but this is so cool. And all of this is literally right on top of my base. This place looks a little, I don't know. I don't know what to say about my base now after what I saw upstairs. I don't know, everything just seems lacking now after what I saw what Duba did up there. You know what I could do? You know what would be worth doing? Probably making this place a little bit more, crystally, because we have those big amethyst shards around the place and a little bit around here and there. But everything else is just made of deep slate or something like that. And sure, we have the castle, which is coming along pretty well, but everything else in the cave is just, it's traditional Minecraft generation, minus like a few separate things. Let's see if we can change that and turn this entire cave into some form of crystallized civilization thing. Or at the very least, make this cave really feel like a crystal cave. Well, I've needed a reason to clean up this area a little bit, with also probably removing this beacon. Cause like, seriously, I've not needed this thing for a very, very long time. I'm still definitely gonna be needing this course farm, but I think it'll be fine moving into the back end of this cave. And already, this place seems empty now, like very empty. Apart from one little thing in the back, the mine shaft, which I could probably build over, but just to make sure I don't have any issue with it being in the way, we might as well just remove what we can. Or at the very least, some of the more pokey out bits. Wait, have I ever gone down this hallway? Like, I've been in this cave for who knows how long, and I just missed out on two of these chests with the... Okay, maybe there was a reason I never came down here. But at least now, for the most part, my cave is pretty much cleared out and ready to be fully and completely crystallized. But before that, kind of like what we're seeing over here, I want to make, like, groundworks to actually work with. Because over here, and honestly by the mine shaft too, it's kind of a mess. And instead of filling up the entire thing like what I was doing for some reason, we could just do one thin sheet of blocks. I don't know if it's me or not, but a lot of what I did here just seems a little bit, I don't know, a little bit flat. It's not bad or anything, and we're going to be changing things up a lot, but it's just something I noticed. Speaking of things I've noticed, what if somehow, you see how we have sort of these veins or these like roots coming out of the big amethyst? What we did there gave me a bit of an idea. What if we have sort of like amethyst veins or something going all across the walls and all over the place or something like that? I've not really tested this out or anything like that, but maybe we could try it. See if it works. I think a good way of doing this is just to add like a single block line of actual amethyst, and then trying to maybe thicken it out a little bit. I really hope this works and I'm not making just like a huge amethyst mess. But after my first attempt, okay, a bit plain right now, but honestly I think something like this could work. At least it's something to start off with, and then obviously there's gonna be a whole bunch more we're gonna have to do. And just a few veins later, and I'm pretty much out of amethyst. I mean, it starts to look cool at least. Also, when I was doing this one up here, I found another geode back here. How do I keep finding these in this cave? I'm not angry, but it's just shocking that I keep finding these things. And at least it's more amethyst to harvest. But actually, while I'm back here, there's no other geodes around here, is there? Short answer is probably not, or at least probably not too near. Well, that's fine. We still have plenty of geodes to work with. A few more veins built later, and I have a feeling going just a little bit too far. Like, this seems like a lot in my opinion, or I don't know, maybe I just need to give it time. I do like a lot more about what we did over here as opposed to over there, but I still think, you know, again, we just need some time. We just need to give it some time. And speaking of time, while actually waiting for more of the amethyst to grow, I started doing a little bit more decoration, like adding some lights, adding some of the actual shards. But even with this, there's still a lot of deep slate surrounding the walls. And I was kind of hoping that maybe somehow this would have, I don't know, mitigated the amount of deep slate, but nope. We still have a lot of deep slate. What can we add as like sort of a general block just around the walls? Maybe calcite? Like something similar to what we did over here again? But then again, like I'm gonna need a lot of calcite if I want to do that. Maybe just more smooth basalts. We could try it. We could definitely give it a shot. You know what? This actually looks exactly the same as what it did before. Who would have thunk it that really similar colored blocks would make the walls just look exactly the same as what they did before? But I don't know, there's got to be something I could do. I don't really want to use purpur because that's more for building and constructions rather than terraforming. Let's hop into a creative world and figure this out. Okay, I just can't figure this out. I don't know if calcite looks better with amethyst, or I don't know if the crying obsidian or terracotta looks better. I'm stumped. I'm really stumped. I'm leaning very minorly a little bit more towards the blue terracotta, but not fully, because I don't know, any one of these could probably look good if used right, but I'm not exactly sure how to use these right in this sort of context. So I guess for the walls and ceilings, at least for right now, there's only really one thing I could do. Ask Duba to give his opinion on this. I mean, after all, we are base mates, and you know, it's fair asking for a little bit of help every now and then. But while we wait on Duba, is there anything else we could do in the cave? You know what we could do, which might help my creative block, is work on this main pathway a little bit, or I guess generally speaking, like the general floor of this place. Because I want like the main veins and stuff to be like on the walls and the ceiling, I want like the main floor to be relatively branch free, but still beaming with tons and tons of amethyst. So what if maybe we added like maybe smaller types of amethyst shards? Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a hard pass. But the idea is still there, so we might be able to do something with this. And after a few more attempts, I think doing something like this, where they're pretty uniform on the path, I think it actually works pretty well. Also, even though I said I didn't really want a crazy amount of deep slide, I do still want to have at least a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is actually have a little bit of a more obvious path, as we can see down here. And okay, obviously it's a little bit more obvious because of all the glass stuff. But now it's gonna be super duper obvious now. But hopefully. And my plan is to have this path going all the way up here, looping back around and on the upper level of this one cave. And I guess let's keep this going and see if we can get that done. Dozens upon dozens of stacks of blocks later, I think now I've become a Minecraft YouTuber. That might be mildly confusing, but we'll get to that soon enough. But yeah, as we can see, we have this big old lovely path we can see right here, stretching all the way across to the other side of the cave, with more of these similar looking amethyst buster, cluster, whatever you want to call them. Why did I call them a buster? That's not it. But oh well, the name's sticking. So we have a whole bunch of amethyst busters all over the place, and I'm considering like spreading them out like across the entire cave, just so they're not so like, I don't know, just so they're not so uniform as we can see, because they're obviously just going straight down the path right here. But I do think they still look pretty good, even though they look exactly the same from one to the other. And yeah, this path actually leads all the way up to this big ol' heaping mound of terrain we could see right here, which took so many stacks of blocks, like seriously. And it took so many to the point that I didn't even finish it, because we see all these slabs going up here and then it all of a sudden just stops for no reason. Not necessarily because I didn't have the blocks, but more because I really didn't have the time. But whenever I do have the time, we will be adding more of the slabs and stairs up here. But this actually leads all the way up here to where I actually had to mine out just a little bit, all the way up to the actual top part of the cave. This upper layer finally has a way on getting up and down in, rather than having to use like water or something like that. In terms of getting into the cave proper, we'll get to that, or at least some form of better temporary entrance soon enough. But you might be wondering why I call myself a Minecraft YouTuber now. Well, that's because for some reason or another, every single Minecraft YouTuber has to not complete the back of their builds, and I have done so too. And it's not even that big of an area, like it's pretty small, but I just didn't complete it for some reason. Obviously, it will get done soon enough, but yeah, at least as of right now, I'm pretty happy with where this is going. And speaking of where things are going, I actually sent a message over to Duba on Discord too, just to make sure he saw the message, and yeah, he actually managed to respond to me. Noticed someone left a message in your city. Didn't bother reading it, but figured to let you know. Alright, thanks. I'll check it tonight. Really? I has problems that I might solve. How I might solve them is a mystery. Basically, I'm making amethyst branches in the cave, and I want to add things around the branches to 1, break up the purple, and 2, cover up some deep slate. Only thing is, I don't know what blocks to use. So like, something that comes off the branches you made? Well, this is what I was trying to do in a test world. No clue if any of the blocks will work at all. Maybe a line of calcite and then a line of smooth basalt to make it look more like the wall is a massive geode and some cracks are revealed. I'd add some depth to it as well. Like basalt furthest outwards and then calcite then amethyst. And then put some crystals on top of the blocks to make it look less blocky. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. I see. I'll do some experimenting as well. Thanks, dude. You got it. Hope this helps explain what I was describing. I use a blend of calcite and diorite to give some texture and blend into darker gray colors, and a combination of deep slate, smooth basalt, and basalt on its sides, which gives the cracked rocks appearance and blends together nicely with the deep slate walls on the cave. And just for a bit of extra detail, added in some deep slate walls and stairs for a more jagged detail. But that's less of an amethyst vein tip and more of a cave texture tip. I think we might be able to do something with this. Only thing is what Duba sent us looked pretty complicated, if I'm honest. And again, time isn't really on my side right now. But let's see if we can give this a try on, around here? Maybe around here? This small little area right here, we might be able to do something here. Or possibly fail drastically, but you know, it's worth a try, it's worth a try. So it looks like a lot of what he did was pretty much add a bunch of diorite and a bunch of calcite, but sort of poking out like what he said. You know, actually, that doesn't look too bad. Like, honestly, if we mix in some basalt, maybe some normal deep slate or something like that, then I think we could probably do this for the entirety of the cave. Like, just picture that, but everywhere, pretty much. Yeah, just literally everywhere. And actually, don't worry about picturing it everywhere, because we're gonna be doing it, maybe not everywhere, but a lot of places. Or at least as many places as I can with the time I have. And having done that, this looks really, really cool. Like, this is what I pictured a crystal cave being. And there's probably more things I could do to this, but generally, this is, like, picture the walls looking entirely like this throughout the entire crystal cave. That finally get me to where I wanted this cave to be from the start. Duba is building, like, right over us, as we can see right here, and I don't know, I don't want to have to limit him to have to, like, build around this thing or something like that, so maybe we ought to move our temporary entrance into a different temporary entrance? A certain other opening, perhaps? How did I get... what? Okay, so all I gotta do is find the cave, or at least the entrance I was using for the cave. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay, it actually wasn't as far as I thought. So let's just open this up a little bit more, move some of this black stone and iron bars out of the way, and now we should hopefully have at least some other way in getting inside of it without disrupting Duba's plans or buildings or something like that. But since this is a temporary solution, I am just gonna leave the rest of these blocks up here. And yeah, with that, there's one more thing I want to check today. Oh, well, that wasn't one of them, but we can check this out. Globe, building, hole, very cool. But I actually want to check out and see if we made any cells from the beacons. Yo, we made bank. You know, actually, I'm going to leave these here. I'm going to leave these here for now. And DJ, whenever you want to tally up some profits for me, potentially, you know, I'm not asking for much, then I'd be more than welcome to take some of those diamonds off your hands. But until my minimum wage is paid, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.